Hello everybody and welcome back to Connor here. We are here with One Leeds and we're here with your Arsenal review. A lot of change on match day. I know a lot of you commented on and all that sort of like. Yes, the watch-alongs are going to be a struggle. I'll try do them when I can, but I do now in fact work on match day, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, over on the Yorkshire Live platform, covering Leeds United as well. So go check those guys and myself out, of course, on Twitter, Facebook and all that good stuff. But yeah, so I apologise. I was working a long shift yesterday, so I wasn't able to get any One Leeds Fan Channel content out. But we're back here. Did I watch the game? I did watch the game. Did I have a laugh during the game? I did. Did I feel better during the game? I did. Why? Because Leeds were better than the last two showings. A disclaimer before the video, I'm wearing a hat. Yes, I'm wearing a hat. I know the hat annoys a lot of people. It's just a hat. It's bad hair, it's lockdown, come on. I know you can all sympathise with that. But yes, guys, yeah, we're always sponsored by Ship Bikes USA. Go check Bernie and the crew out over there, over the pond, stateside. And yeah, let's get on to the review of the game. Now, what was my general view of the game? We'll get into the itsy-bitsy stuff. But yeah, overall, I was really happy. There was a lot to take away from it. If you do follow me on Twitter, if you don't follow me on Twitter, what are you doing? Go check that out. And One Leeds Fan Channel on Twitter and Instagram. I was giving my sort of updates consistently, and I was actually really happy with the performance. There was some elements of it which, as you guys know, when doing the watch-along, I lose my mind at, of course, but that's just typical Connor, just the sort of deluded, positive, I don't know, passionate fan I am. I don't know, negative fan I am. I don't know. But yeah, it was a good performance from Leeds, a really good performance. I thought we were the dominant team, we were the better team. I went into the game thinking that we were gonna. I didn't think a draw would be on the cards at all. I thought that was going to be the last eventuality. Turns out it was the eventuality. It happened, but I thought we were either going to lose sort of quite comprehensively, or I thought it was going to be sort of a goal-scoring win for Leeds, as in 3-2 or 4-3, you know, that normal Leeds stuff this season. But yeah, I just thought we were excellent from moment one, and let's just get this out of the way for a second. We didn't dominate the game as soon as Saka got sent off. We dominated that game from moment one. Arsenal sat back, we knew they would, playing that formation, sort of a 3-4-3, and they just wanted Leeds to have the ball. We all knew in the pre-match that this would happen. I was sort of a little bit disappointed with Arsenal. I really was, and I know there's a lot of you gooners who have subscribed to the channel, but I'm here to be real and authentic. I don't sugarcoat things, I don't, and I try to be as real as I can. I wasn't impressed with Arsenal at all. You know, we're a newly promoted side. Yeah, of course, you've got to respect us, but, you know, it wasn't really a gunslinger. I thought it would be. I thought, you know, maybe you guys would come and try play a little bit of football. But in essence, a lot of it, I sort of thought there was a lot of lessons taught by Leeds United on how to play on the front foot. You know, I think Leeds ended the game with around 66-70% possession as a newly promoted team against, really, historically, a top four budget side, you know, with the amount of money they've sort of spent, with how much the squad is worth. It's sort of top four, top five, if you're being pedantic. I think that squad worth should have been more to beat Leeds, but that's why I think we're such an excellent side as a unit, as a collective. We're brilliant, but now not only are we just a unit, we have individuals who can turn games. Rafinha looked absolutely superb from moment one, and for me now, he doesn't come out. He doesn't come out. I'm recording after Leeds' 23s win today. A really fantastic comeback, and Helder Costa scored a wonder goal. But that just alludes to our depth. What incredible depth to bring someone like Helder Costa off the bench. And a lot of you might think it's unfair me saying that I want to start Rafinha. I think Rafinha is that level up. You know, he was playing Champions League. He was supposed to be playing Champions League this year for Rennes as well. He's come to Leeds United to take that next step in his career, and I just think he looked that level, he looked that cut, he was so exciting, he was so direct, which sometimes I do criticise Helder Costa for, not being as direct as maybe a Rafinha like we saw yesterday. And I just thought across the board there was some excellent performances, but he was one that stood out. You know, it was his first full debut, and he was very, very unlucky not to score. Now, who was man of the match? Well, it was the post, wasn't it? Arsenal's post. That was who was man of the match for Arsenal. And just generally, it was incredible how many times Leeds hit the woodwork, bar post, bar. It was ridiculous. So many good chances as well. Matthias Klick forgot how to shoot inside the penalty area. Oh, God, he had yards of space twice, you know, right at the end and sort of within about 20-25 minutes, and he didn't even hit the target. He had to hit the target. So that was so frustrating. Klick did not have his shooting boots on at all. Someone who did was Stuart Dallas, making Leno pull out a world-class save. Obviously, Bamford hitting the post with an excellent downward attacking header. Rodrigo came on. I mean, we're not looking at this game chronologically, are we? But Rodrigo came on, smacked the bar. Then, as I've just said, Rafinha at the end smacked the post. And it was one-way traffic. It really was. Now, obviously, the major talking point of that game was Saka. Was Saka being thrown goal. A lot of Arsenal fans are talking about that as if that was the main focal point. But I think, you know, I mean, he got through, but would a Leeds defender have maybe cleared it off the line? I mean, I saw Dallas running in. Melee pushed him out wide, and Dallas was sort of covering. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little bit too biased there, but. You know, the Saka incident in terms of him going through on goal was sort of the main time Arsenal for me really broke us and got through. Aside from that, I didn't feel threatened at all. Now, the main sort of game incident was, of course, Pepe. It was a sending off. Alioski shouldn't have got sent off. I've just seen a lot of things, and you know, shout out to Ty from Arsenal Fan TV, who also thought that Alioski should have been sent off. Oh dear, Ty. Oh dear. But no, Alioski shouldn't have been sent off. He completely rattled a lot of the Arsenal team. I mean, you saw Tierney afterwards. I mean, I don't really know what that was about, Kieran. You know, your teammates going and just hugging Alioski. You know, I guess if you're an Arsenal fan, you turn around and thinking, good, you're showing a bit of grit by going up to Alioski after the game's finished. But there was 20 players around him. He was never going to do anything, and it was just a bit. I mean, I just looked on that and I was like, "What are you doing, mate? Step back, literally relax. Stop puffing your chest out. Get back in the changing rooms. Come on, man. Don't embarrass yourself," because that's what he was doing at the end. Alioski was just sort of waving at him as he was going off, and it is true. Alioski did sort of rattle a lot of the Arsenal team. I mean, Pepe never been sent off in his career, and Alioski, it was a one-on-one battle, and Alioski was winning it. You know, they showed a little bit of the highlights package afterwards, and Alioski, this is Marcelo Bielsa man marking system. You follow your player around, and if you get upset by it, you get upset by it and you lash out. And you know, Pepe clearly got upset by it. He didn't like the fact that Alioski was chasing him around, getting at his heels, nibbling away, and he snapped. Alioski probably said something, but he snapped. He got completely in his head. And at the end, obviously, it clearly gone round to the entire Arsenal squad, because, you know, Tierney reacting after what it happened 60 minutes ago, kicking off, and yeah, just bizarre ongoings. But yeah, strange goings on from the Arsenal side of things in that game. But listen, I really did. I thought we were brilliant. Clean sheet as well. Positive for Leeds United, you know, getting a clean sheet under our belt. Of course it is, after 2 consecutive 8-goal aggregate, wasn't it? So it's not been ideal for Leeds, but we were by far the better team. And as I keep saying, there is a narrative at the minute that it's sort of been masked by this Pepe incident. Pepe was sent off, and then Leeds became to dominate. Leeds started dominating. Nah, go look at the statistics before the 51st minute. Leeds were still dominating, and we were by far the team who were going to take the lead in that game. And as a newly promoted team, I'm really proud of that. You know, we face Liverpool now, who I can't believe we got out of that, not getting a draw at least. You've got Man City at home. We should have won that game. Arsenal at home. We should have won that game. So there's a collective now that Leeds are matching up with some of the best teams in this division. And it's a really proud moment. Once again, another thing to look at as well is the teams below us. You know, Sheffield United, West Brom, Fulham, all dropping points at the weekend. Leeds picking up another point. You know, that's how I look at things. You know, I'm not only looking at what Leeds are doing, I'm looking at what the bottom 3 is doing. Are Leeds better than 3 teams in this division for me? 100% yes. And yesterday just goes so far to proving that. And, you know, looking ahead to Everton, there's a lot of people who are just saying already, you know, Everton are just going to sit in, but I think what we have to learn as Leeds fans is that low block's going to be difficult to break, and it's going to be our undoing a lot this season. but we've never had a fully fit squad. Llorente, who we bought for 20 million as a centre-back, is still not fit. We've now got Rodrigo and Rafinha playing on the same pitch, you know, for the first time, which we've seen, really. Rafinha starting, Rodrigo obviously coming on. We've still not seen those two start together. That's what I want to see next. That is what I want to see next, those two starting together, you know, and when that happens, they might defend in a low block, but Arsenal defended in a low block, and Leeds still were able to create chance after chance after chance after chance. And, you know, let's be right, it wasn't just those 3 crossbar post chances that we created. We created a number of chances where we cut through them yesterday before the sending off, you know, when it was 11 on 11. So us getting into the box, us creating those overlaps, us getting in and around the 6 to 18 yard box, that is where we're going to score goals. That is, you know, underload, overload, whatever you want to call it. Leeds are going to score goals. So, you know, Everton do leak goals. They leak goals against Fulham. So that's going to be, once again, we can break these teams down with quality. The problem with Leeds, for me, last season and in some games this season, Palace and Leicester being 2 key ones, is we've not had the quality to break through the back line. You know, you look at Man City, you look at Liverpool, I'm not comparing us to them, but the reason they're able to continuously break these low block teams down is because they've got the quality to do so. Now, Leeds do have the quality. I'm not comparing Leeds to Man City, but we do have the quality within our ranks. You know, Rodrigo, Poveda, Rafinha, Pablo Hernandez, Jack Harrison, Helder Costa. Now, we've not really seen these groups of offensive players as a collective squad going into any match yet. So yesterday was the closest we had to that, and they will break teams down. They will break teams down. I thoroughly believe if we'd have had a fully strength squad against Leicester, a fully strength squad against Palace, there's no chance those games would have gone like that. I'm not saying we'd have beaten a Leicester, but we'd have definitely ran them much closer than we did. You know, effectively in those 2 games, we had our championship side out from last year. You know, a weaker championship side out from last year. So you've got to look at the positives. There's a lot of positives to take away from that. Clean sheet's a massive one for me. Meslier, I thought, with that save from Saka, was absolutely brilliant. I thought sometimes the passing was a bit lapsed. That you know, guys know what I'm like with that 5-yard passing stuff. I was absolutely going nuts at some of the 5-yard passing. It's such a simple thing for me to get a 5-yard pass correct, and when they don't do it, it just boils me, you know what. And yeah, it was. But I'm not taking anything away. The frustration is we've not beaten them, and we're talking about, what, a top 5 side there, top 6, whatever you know people are going to come on and say. It might be even top 4, you know, if they get a run of games going. Who knows? Probably out of reach now. But traditionally, Arsenal are a top 4 side, and we battered them yesterday. It was a 0-0 battering, and a lot of frustration on my part in terms of us not getting the result. But don't be in this mindset that it was because Arsenal went out of 10 men. They didn't come out before that. They were pinned back. We were playing our way. We had our patterns we were developing, and we had an ideology. We had a sense of play. Arsenal, for me, yesterday didn't have that. And I'm not coming on here being scathing to Arsenal at all. I respect Arsenal as a club. Fantastic club. I really like Arteta. Arteta's a fantastic manager and a cracking set of fans as well. I just thought yesterday it was all. I thought if Arsenal had really come up against Leeds and have gone for it, and I learned from the post match with Robbie that Arsenal, or the pre-match, sorry, with Robbie, that Arsenal don't really do that anymore under Arteta. But I think it would have been a really excellent game if Arsenal had just come for it, you know. But I thought it was just a little bit defensive from them, and in anything. Another great positive from Leeds is the fact that they were defensive throughout the entire game, but we still got through them consistently, created chances. And some of our top players were, you know, look at that, the bench and the, you know, the depth that we brought on. It was Costa didn't even get onto the pitch. You know, Pablo Hernandez didn't even get onto the pitch. Players of that ilk, you know, Arsenal did really get away with it the other day, because Leeds could have made even more substitutions. And I thought Poveda, when he came on, was brilliant. I thought Rodrigo, when he came on, was brilliant. Special shout out to Alioski, who yesterday was my man of the match. I thought he was absolutely brilliant in everything he did. Now, I'm not going for the nibble there, Arsenal fans. I thought he was absolutely expert. As I said, he literally man-marked Pepe out of the game. And, you know, that man-marking system, it unsettled Arsenal. And I feel that's where we got a lot of joy yesterday, and there was a lot of positives. So, guys, that's it for me. I'm going to be doing some extra content right now on my Patreon account. If you want to sign up to the Patreon, the link is in the description below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. As always, if you are new, like the video, comment what your opinions are. If you disagree with what I'm saying, if you're a gooner, if you're a you're a Leeds fan and you disagree with what I'm saying, get it in the comment section below. There was a lot to talk about after yesterday's game, so make sure you guys have a chat down below, and I'll try respond to every comment I can. Have a fantastic evening, guys, and I'll see you in a bit.